Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for the Athens County Game of the Week, presented by Tri-County Career Center. Ladies and gentlemen,
station.
Well, as we turn the page on our calendars and tally off another month, we are entering the end game. Teams all over the state of Ohio have spent the last 10 to 11 weeks tirelessly grinding and fighting for their share of glory. With 1 week to go before playoff brackets are published, the light at the end of the tunnel is drawing near. For most squads, the end of the road is approaching, but for some, the highway continues on to Dayton for a shot at the state championship. We are live here tonight from McInturf Gymnasium in Stuart, Ohio for a cross-TVC matchup to start our February slate. It's the Nelsonville-York Buckeyes traveling down Athens County to take on the red-hot Federal Hocking Lancers. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dylan Bly, joined alongside Ethan Sargent. Happy opposite day, Ethan. I know normally you're the one in my shoes tonight for games like this, but we want to try to mix something up tonight, try something new here. And as we look ahead to our matchup for tonight, one of these two squads will have to do the same thing and try something new. Nelsonville-York coming into this contest at 5-14 overall with a 4-6 record in TVC Ohio play. That puts them at 5th place in the division. Things aren't looking very well, so I'll go ahead and bring you on board, Ethan. What can you tell me about this Nelsonville-York squad as the days are numbered and the season's drawing to a close for them?
Yeah, for the Buckeyes, the biggest issue for them has been consistency getting the ball in the basket this season. They're averaging just under 40 points per game scored as a team, and it's really just been just that. It sounds like such a simple task, right? But they've struggled to find scorers not named Maddie Pitcock. Maddie Pitcock's been phenomenal for this Buckeye team all season long. She'll likely be an all-TVC selection, averaging just over 20 points and adding 7 rebounds per game as well. But they've struggled to find that external scoring factor alongside it. Mention how 20 points a game for Maddie Pitcock. No other scorer for the Buckeye averages more than 6 a game. So they're really looking for that second fiddle, that second option that hasn't really been there so far this season for the Lady Bucks.
Absolutely. It's been a one-woman band for Nelsonville-York. A couple of advanced statistics for the Lady Buckeyes when they have won, and that has come not as often as they would like. They only have 5 wins on the season thus far. In those 5 wins, they've averaged 50 points scored, and they've allowed 38.2. So when they win by an average of about 12 points. On the contrary, when they lose, they put up an average of 35.5, and they allow 55.5. So when the Nelsonville-York Lady Buckeyes win, they win by an average of 12. When they lose by an average of 20. On the road, they're actually a little bit of a better squad here. From what I could find, according to Max Preps, on the road, the Lady Buckeyes put up 42.6 points per game, try saying that fast, and they allow 50.9, so they only keep it within 8 when they're on the road. So it'll be very interesting to see here later tonight. They're more of a road team, it has seemed. They haven't quite found their struggle in the home gym, but playing spoiler is something they're a little bit more accustomed to.
And something to keep an eye on that we just saw actually a matter of moments ago in the pregame warm-ups. First, a big shout out to the 3 seniors for Federal Hocking, all in the starting lineup today. Junie Ballou, Takira Walker, and Rory Tabler, all seniors for this Lancers squad, honored in the pregame. But some big news, Brindley Cottrell, the star junior for this Federal Hocking squad, injured off the ball in warm-ups. We saw her walk off with some help from the trainers as well as her dad, who is, of course, the head coach of the Lancers, Amos Cottrell. We don't know her status as of now. She has not reemerged from the back training room since she went back there. So she was initially listed in the starting lineup. We'll see if she is replaced. Obviously, we've still got a few minutes to tip, but a story to monitor here in the opening few minutes.
Absolutely. We hope everything is okay with Brindley Cottrell. We talked about the one-woman show for the Nelsonville-York Buckeyes. On the other hand, for Federal Hocking, players like Brindley Cottrell, it's more of a rotation. You see a lot of depth on their roster. As for Federal Hocking, the Lancers are deadlocked in a 3-way stalemate for first place in the TVC Hocking with Waterford and Eastern. As we mentioned earlier, those playoff brackets coming out at the end of the week. It's going to be a real tight battle. When it comes to the matchups against Eastern and Waterford, Federal Hocking is 0-2 on the year against Eastern, and they're 1-0 against Waterford. They play them for their next home game in
that
1 week's time.
Monster game.
On February
that game
9th.
Was obviously initially scheduled during our snowstorm that we had last week. That game has now been obviously pushed back. It will be, like you said, a week from tonight on February 9th. So both of those teams will know where they're going in the postseason during that game. But that game may well determine who wins the TVC hockey.
Absolutely.
So it is and you see that happen a little bit with how the postseason works and how some of these games are. There's a lot of teams that have games after those brackets will be released. So plenty to still be released and discussed as both of these teams get ready for the postseason. Again, as we talked about it in Ohio, everybody makes it. So even for the Buckeyes, even with a season that maybe hasn't quite lived up to expectations in the win-loss record, there's always a chance they could catch a team on a bad day, get a hot scoring run, and pull off an upset or two and make something happen. Maybe win one of those sectional titles. So it'll be interesting to see if they can do that. And again, for the Lancers on senior night now, of course, because this was meant to be the last conference home game of the season. Obviously now it's not with that rescheduling, but as we look right now, I don't see Brindley Cottrell genuinely right in front of us. Here she does come. She's got a shirt on. Looks like she'll be okay. That's good news for the Lancers.
Good stuff indeed for Federal Hocking. One last round of stats before we go. When the Federal Hocking Lancers win, they put up an astonishing 58.2 points per game, and they allow only 37, a margin of 21 points. When they lose, they put up 43.7 and allow 52.8. So they keep it close when they do lose. When they're at home, they force an average of 53.7 points per game, and they allow 44.8. So there's a lot of wide margins here. I think one of the keys for the game tonight, if the Nelsonville-York Buckeyes can keep it a little bit close, if they let it get out of hand too early, we may have a runaway on our hands.
The key to tonight's game, Dylan, is turnovers. Federal Hocking forces a boatload of them. It is an emphasis of Coach Cottrell and his team, so keep an eye on that as we gear up for the anthem here. Get ready to go live from McInturf Gymnasium.
Absolutely. We will be right back with the starting lineups and the opening tip on WXTQ Pure Rock 105.
Searching for a trusted and dependable HVAC company who will answer your call and provide
Be Reliable Heating and Cooling. Airclass Heating and Cooling has you covered. From furnaces to AC generators to fireplaces and indoor air quality, we keep your home comfortable all year. Call 740-448-7278 or visit us at 24 State Street. Airclass, comfort you can count on. At Carpet One Floor and More in Athens, we bring your flooring vision to life. From carpet to hardwood to vinyl, our experts are here to help you find the perfect fit. Visit 7 Pomeroy Road or call 740-331-4309 for your free estimate. Carpet One, quality you can stand on.
Whether you're on the go or there's just not enough time in your day, Holzer is making care more convenient for you. Don't feel like leaving the house for healthcare? Don't. Holzer Virtual Care for when and where you need it. Think Holzer first.
Need a contractor you can count on? One call, we do it all. At J&K Contracting in Albany, Ohio, we bring 30 years of experience to every job. Licensed and insured, we handle it all. Complete home builds, room additions, deck designs, concrete work, roofing, window siding, and excavating services. Call J&K Contracting today at 740-698-3521 and let's get to work.
Tri-County Career Center helps students build real skills for real careers. For adults, career development and certification programs can help you reskill, upskill, or start something new fast. High school juniors and seniors can jumpstart their futures with hands-on training in healthcare, construction, media, and more. And of course, there's always fun to be had too. Visit tricounty.cc today.
Got a hankering for some food with authentic flavor? Your destination is Cajun Island at the Bridge in Carbon Hill, the new home of the award-winning blackened chicken with bow tie pasta. From the moment you walk in, you're welcomed by a relaxed, friendly atmosphere and a mouth-watering aroma of dishes made with true Cajun heart. It's perfect for group gatherings, family dinners, or a flavorful takeout night. Don't taste what everyone's talking about. The Cajun Island at the Bridge. Delicious Cajun cuisine, generous portions, and friendly service right here in Southeast Ohio.
At the heart of our community and cheering along with you, Merchants National Bank has been your...
Welcome back to the Athens County Game of the Week, presented by Tri-County Career Center.
We're back from Federal Hocking, getting ready for opening tip-off just moments away. The starting lineups for both squads about to be announced. Ethan, why don't you run us through the starting lineups for tonight's matchup?
Sure, let's do it. We'll start out with the visitors from Nelsonville-York. It's the same lineup that we've seen for the majority of the season. It's the sophomore, number 3, Cam Jolly. Number 4, the junior, is the leading point scorer for these Buckeyes, and Maddie Pitcock. Number 5, the sophomore, Veda Stalder. Number 11, the junior, Ava Nungister. And number 22, Macelyn Call, is the junior. Again, this is still a relatively young squad for Nelsonville-York. The only senior on this roster is number 25, Michaela Summers, so we'll give her a big shout out as well. For Federal Hocking, the Brindley Cottrell, after that slight injury scare in the warm-up, she is good. She is back on the bench in full uniform, ready to roll. She is number 1, the guard combo, the junior. Number 5, Junie Ballou, is the senior, the center forward combo. Number 13, Michaela Nelson. They're so glad to have her back from injury. Number 13, the junior. Number 20, Takira Walker, is the guard combo sophomore as well. And rounding out the lineup is yet another senior, a part of this squad that did so many great things, helped that district championship come home to Federal Hocking last year. Rory Tabler rounds out the lineup. I was just, during that anthem, had a chance to peek at Coach Cottrell's whiteboard, and he took a look and he said, you know, it doesn't matter if a team is D1 or D7. We are playing every single team the exact same, and he also has the hashtag more than a game. Just a couple of weeks ago, a couple of these Lancers lost a classmate due to suicide, and it's something that it was a shirt that they were initially going to wear once with, it said stay with the semicolon, which is a very prevalent suicide awareness tattoo. A lot of people have that tattooed around them, so it's it means a little bit more, especially here in Federal Hocking, because that more than a game hashtag is actually somebody else who suffered from self-harm back in the past. So again, an important message, always something to keep close to your heart, and I think it's really cool. Had a chance to catch up with Coach Cottrell, talk a little bit about that, and again, really cool to see that, and they kind of took that and ran with it, right? This was supposed to be a one-game thing, and they decided to make that their message for the whole season. So really, really cool stuff, and really glad the Lancers are bringing awareness to that.
Very much so. If you're a loved one or going through it right now, dial 988. You are not alone. We want everybody to be safe, be okay, and be happy. Opening kickoff, kind of bobbled around there, finally picked up by Federal Hocking. It is Takira Walker out at the top, gives it off to Brindley Cottrell, looking for spots. Kicks back out to Rory Tabler, Walker drives up to the right side of the rim, dishes it up, takes a couple bounces, and in for 2.
Didn't take long for Takira Walker to make her mark on senior night.
And just have another steal right there. Juniper Ballou jumped in, gives it right back to Takira Walker, puts up a 3, doesn't quite go. Lancers get the rebound. Juniper Ballou gets it once again. Ball finds its way into the hands of Takira Walker once more. Takira Walker's driving around, takes it up by herself, off the glass. No good, gets her own board, puts it back up, is fouled on the way up.
Yeah, the quick ball movement for the Lancers is always something that teams struggle to deal with. And we talked about this in the pregame, about how this team really, and you'll see it, especially we haven't even seen really the Buckeyes get on offense yet as the first free throw goes down off the front of the rim. But they're going to use a lot of pressure, right? They're going to commit a lot of fouls. I actually had the chance to talk about this with Coach Cottrell after their big win over Alexander a couple of weeks ago. They know it's a give and take game, right? They know that they could get into foul trouble, but with that comes all those turnovers as Walker goes 2 for 2 from the line.
Absolutely. Nelsonville-York looking to answer back. They don't want to get down in too much of a deficit early on. Still got a pretty good chance here as it's Nungister taking it out. Double pressured, gives it off to Maddie Pitcock. Pressured by Takira Walker at the mid-stripe. Gives it back out to Cam Jolly. That's Veda Stalder. Tried to pass it off to Maddie Pitcock. Almost turned over there. Errant pass, eventually scooped up by Federal Hocking. A second turnover on the night. This one from Rory Tabler. Kicks it out to Michaela Nelson from the corner. No good. Rebounded by Nelsonville-York. Very quick transition, very quick ball movement.
Not something you want to allow to happen very often there, which is Michaela Nelson open in the corner because she is lethal. Look, you gave them a free pass that time, but if you're Nelsonville-York, you got to be on your closeouts and you got to be quick to the basketball because you will be punished if you allow that to happen consistently.
And Cam Jolly takes it across the stripe, gives it out to Maddie Pitcock. Almost punched out. Rainbow pass way over. Intended, I think, for Cam Jolly or Macelyn Call. Too far over their heads, out of bounds. Another turnover for Nelsonville-York. That is the third one I'm counting for the evening for them.
Yeah, and again, like I said, it is going to be a consistent story. And again, for a Nelsonville-York squad that has really just struggled with it all year, regardless of opponent, as Cottrell puts up a 3, that's no good. They have to find that balance between that extra pass, and I think shooting a little bit quicker, I think, could be helpful today. Try and get 1 or 2 pass looks, maybe some incisive passes towards the basket, try and make something happen as Cottrell checks out.
Nungaster will step up to the baseline, looking to get some spark of momentum. A heave way down the court to Veda Stalder. Wide open, looked like a football route there. Gives it back out to Nungaster. Looking for an open woman. Takes it up by herself, dishes it out to the far side of the wing. Veda Stalder gives it back to Ava Nungaster. Now back over to Cam Jolly, back out to Nungaster. Nice ball movement we're seeing here. Nungaster gives it right back out to Maddie Pitcock. Pitcock being pressured hard by Takira Walker, moves across the other side of the court, looks for another pass, now finds Veda Stalder, gives it open down the seam, then Macelyn Call. Shot put up by Ava Nungaster is good for 2.
And the zone was working there until it wasn't, and Tabler had the chance, and there's an and one right back the other way.
The immediate inbound rainbowed down the court to Michaela Nelson. She put it up, was fouled almost as soon as she got the ball out of her hands. Very quick movement. As you were saying, Ethan, Federal Hocking is going to be moving with lightning speed and lightning consistency.
What ended up happening on that previous possession was that the Buckeyes got a little bit of a fortuitous break on the inside as Tabler jumped a pass. They got the 1-3-1 zone going, a little bit of a, the 3-prong. It's very tough to deal with once they get set into that zone. And this is how you break it right here with these quick transitions. And they had a chance there on that last one, and Pitcock pulls up from the parking lot.
Almost got it. Buckeyes get the rebound, put it up, no good as that last, the N1 attempt from Michaela Nelson was good. Here comes Roy Tabler shooting one up, no good. Found the rebound there on the bottom by Laura Blower. Didn't quite get it. I think going to have an inbound call. Thought that might have been a shooting foul. Looked like it could have been in tandem there. It'll be Takira Walker inbounding from the baseline, looking to extend this 7-2 lead. She finds Blower out at the top of the key, drives down. Over to Walker, now out to Michaela Nelson from the wing. No good. But I believe Aura Swisher for Nelsonville-York's going to commit, or no, sorry, I think they're called offensive foul, I think.
Yeah, I think they got an over the back there on the rebound attempt. As that long football pass again.
Yeah, stolen by Takira Walker. Walker and Swisher both got hands on it, and they both kind of went tumbling out of bounds towards the padded wall there. It's going to stay in possession of Nelsonville-York.
You know what that kind of looked like was the end of that Bills-Broncos game a couple weeks ago, where it was a catch by Brandon Cooks, and then all of a sudden the Broncos defensive back went in there and forced an interception. That was Takira Walker in that scenario right there.
And it seems to be working for them so far as Nelsonville-Yorks get pretty fluid ball movement. A quick shot put up there by Nungaster. Looked like it might have been deflected. This ball was going to stay with the Lady Buckeyes. Not that bad of a take. She had a wide open lane from the free throw stripe to the left side of the rim. She's going to inbound it up. Another rainbow intended for call. Almost freed out of there by Brentley Cottrell. Ball movement here. Swisher gives it out to Cam Jolly. Looking for some more movement. Heavy pressure taken away by Brentley Cottrell with ease, with precision, with effort. Takira Walker puts one up, didn't quite go. Got the rebound. Brentley Cottrell got it. It was then taken away by Aura Swisher. Back up the other way. Maddie Pitcock puts one up, no good. Into the hands of Walker. We're going to get our own rainbow pass from Federal Hocking here. Nice ball movement down low for Laura Blower. And we're going to get a holding foul here, an offensive foul on,
It's a second foul on Cottrell early in this game. I wonder if she'll have to potentially check out again.
It's not exactly something we've seen a lot this season from Cottrell. She's played a pretty clean style of ball from the few times that I've been in here. As Nelsonville-York drove up in front of the scores table, took maybe a fraction of a pinky toe out of bounds. Going to be
all it takes.
Federal Hocking ball. I count that the 5th turnover of the evening for Nelsonville-York, as we're going to have Brentley Cottrell taking this one up, looking for some movement. Gives it over to Tabler, back out to Walker. Now over to Junie Ballou, who finds Tabler again. Really solid movement from around the arc. Takira Walker drives up and gets ripped away out of bounds.
Yeah, that was a great defensive play there from Pidcock, just poking a hand in there on the inside as Walker was trying to take it up into the hoop, and now she'll able to take it back the other way, try and generate some offense right now, because that's been the struggle for the Buckeyes.
Could be the break you're looking for. Intercepted by Laura Blower, almost in transition, puts one up from the far side, and it's good. 10-2 lead for Federal Hocking. We're going to get a quick timeout here from Coach Mark Truax. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We will take it with him. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back on Pure Rock 105.
Tri-County Career Center helps students build real skills for real careers. For adults, career development and certification programs can help you reskill, upskill, or start something new fast. High school juniors and seniors can jumpstart their futures with hands-on training in healthcare, construction, media, and more. And of course, there's always fun to be had too. Visit tricounty.cc today.
Welcome back to the Athens County Game of the Week, presented by Tri-County Career Center.
10-2 ball game here in favor of Federal Hocking. The name of the game so far, as you mentioned, Ethan, almost on cue, turnovers. Nelsonville-York committing 5, Federal Hocking only committing 2 this quarter. And almost all of them have come off of excellent pressure from the Lady Lancers, as Nelsonville-York's going to look to get some response here. Federal Hocking going with a hard full-court press on Maddie Pidcock. Gets it across the center stripe. A little bit too much power on that one. Turned over once again. Finds its way into the hands of Rory Tabler. Going to swing outside to the wing there for Laura Blower. Puts one up and good. Count it. She's going to go to the stripe and add another tally, or try to add another tally to this ball game here.
I've been so impressed by what I've seen from Laura Blower. Again, a freshman, you got to think somebody who wasn't involved on that team last year probably watched as she played 8th grade ball, and now she steps in, and she's already gained so much trust from this coaching staff. She's playing huge minutes early in this season, throughout this season. I'm sure she's got a big role to play in the postseason as well. So a great revelation to have. And you think about what they lost as well, and Jaylee Osborne, who was such a phenomenal player for them. One of the biggest reasons that they got to the district championship and won the district championship last year. They lose her. That's a huge void, and Laura Blower's doing a great job at. Can't fill that whole gap because Jaylee Osborne is some player, but she is doing a great job, and she's just a freshman. She's got tons of room to grow and develop.
Lots of talent, lots of power there. The free throw was good. Nelsonville-York turned over the ensuing inbound at the volleyball stripe. Federal Hocking's going to get another chance to add on to this lead. It'll be Rory Tabler at the wing. Kicks it over to Takira Walker. Driving down to the left side, fouled on the way up. Another and one for Federal Hocking. It's going to be the senior, as you mentioned, Takira Walker, looking to get a fantastic start on her historic night here. As I believe Juniper Ballou is going to go.
I'm not 100% sure what happened, but both Pidcock and Ballou there came up. I think Pidcock might have hit her head on something, and then Ballou actually had a mouthful of blood. I think she's going to have to go to the locker room real quick to check that out. And then Pidcock actually just hit the bench as well. She was in a bit of pain, kind of grimacing pointing towards her head. So hopefully both of them will be all right. Pidcock probably just needs a second. Hopefully that's all it is. And obviously Ballou needs to go. I think it might have been a clash of heads, I think is what ended up happening.
So Walker drills the and one. Full court press from Federal Hocking. Turned it over again. Counted 8 turnovers on the evening. Shot up from the corner from Brentley Cottrell, and good for 3. 19-2. Blink and you'll miss it. They're already a 17-point deficit for Nelsonville-York. Ava Nungaster looks to take it up. Some more pressure. Cam Jolly gets it stolen away. Brentley Cottrell once again by herself behind the back. Tried to go for looked like a Harlem Globetrotter style
She got a little
pass.
tricky there. She knew it too. She had a little smile on her face coming back the other way. That's she's got the ability to do that too.
Oh,
and that's the thing about Brinley Cottrell. She's just a junior. She's obviously already a part of the 1,000-point club. We saw that earlier this season. She's somebody who, again, despite being just 5 foot tall, which now she's going to probably have to check out here with, that's 3 fouls in the first quarter.
Yeah, she is in early trouble here. Has 3 points on the evening, 3 fouls thus far. The lead scorer for Federal Hocking at this point in the game, Takira Walker, at 7 points. I believe I can see from our vantage point back in the corner here, the lead scorer for Nelsonville-York. The only scorer, in fact, is, I believe, Michaela Higgins with the 2-pointer earlier. There's more pressure here from Federal Hocking. We're going to get another reach-in foul. This one is going to be on Takira Walker.
And that should send the Buckeyes to the line for a couple free throws. Now both teams are actually over the limit here in this first quarter. The Buckeyes aren't quite over the limit yet, but they will be when they commit their next foul. The Lancers just sent it to the 5th with that one, as Jolly's first free throw is no good.
Yeah, and this is
good to see Pidcock back in the game as well.
Yes, very, very good. Not quite the point in the game Nelsonville-York wants to be a nightmare start, but as you mentioned, it's only the first quarter there. That second one no good. Rebounded in the corner by a Buckeye. Put up again, another rebound. This one finally brought down by Taylor Sneddon. It'll be Takira Walker with the heave over to Michaela Nelson. Drives the baseline, no good. Rebounded by Lauren Blower. Kicks it back out. Fantastic ball movement. Takira Walker from the opposite ring. Rims out. Rebounded again by Laura Blower. This time out to Rory Tabler. Rebounded again by Federal Hocking. The possession that never ends, as Tabler put up a shot, didn't go, put up another one, and I believe she got fouled on the way up. Does that sound about right?
Did. Yes, she did. And yeah, you were right about that. The possession that never ended. They were just grabbing every single rebound there, it felt like. And obviously, this is a bit more of an experienced squad for for Federal Hocking than it is for Nelsonville-York. But right now, it really just has been a struggle so far in this game for the Buckeyes to even really get a foothold. It's been a struggle.
As that first ball pinballs out of the rim, the second one pinballs in. Whatever is taken must come to be received again. 20-2 lead here. About 1:10 left in the first quarter. Nelsonville-York needs to find some sort of footing. They keep slipping and falling at every corner. It'll be Cam Jolly starting out with it. Gives it down into the rim. Taken away, batted away into the hands of Michaela Nelson. Gives it out to Takira Walker. The quick mid-range, no good. Brought down by Vetta Stalder. The full court press once again by Federal Hocking. They kind of eased up off of it, as Stalder gives it off on the dish to Pidcock. Pidcock scanning high, scanning low, takes it out to Ava Nungaster. Now out to Cam Jolly. Had a little bit of room there.
Check out the zone. Check out how dedicated the Lancers are now. It's kind of shifted into a 3-2, it's a 3-2, and it's just causing chaos on the inside. That's how you attack it, though, especially when you know that you're Nelsonville-York, you know that you're in the bonus. Attack that, force them to foul you, and now Ava Nungaster goes to the line.
Absolutely. Nungaster drove into a 3-woman blockade, got fouled on the way up. She'll have a chance to shoot for 2, put some on this. Bounced off the back of the rim, off the front, and no good, that first one. And if my tallies are right, I believe the turnover total, I believe, is 10-3 in favor of Federal Hocking. That second one, no good. Rebounded by Laura Blower. Takes it up across to Takira Walker. Dishes wide open inside to Rory Tabler. No look pass, threading the needle through a tight window. 22-2 is the closing seconds.
I'm telling you, you talk about playoff time. We're going to have this time next week, we'll have a bracket, which isn't that crazy to think about. This Federal Hocking team is very much set up to try and defend their district crown. They've played some really tough opponents throughout the season. We talked about that with Coach Cottrell as well, about how they have stacked this schedule to be as ready as possible for the postseason. And They are very much looking at it as Kira Walker breaks out the eyeglasses there, the binoculars after that beautiful pass on the last one.
Absolutely. 22-2 at the end of the first quarter. Don't go anywhere. We will be back with more action on WXTQ Pure Rock 105.5.
Need reliable heating and cooling? Airclass Heating and Cooling has you covered. From furnaces to AC generators to fireplaces and indoor air quality, we keep your home comfortable all year. Call 740-448-7278 or visit us at 24 State Street. Airclass, comfort you can count on.
Whether you're on the go or there's just not enough time in your day, Holzer is making care more convenient for you. Don't feel like leaving the house for healthcare? Don't. Holzer Virtual Care for when and where you need it. Think Holzer first.
Need a contractor you can count on? One call, we do it all. At J&K Contracting in Albany, Ohio, we bring 30 years of experience to every job. Licensed and insured, we handle it all. Complete home builds, room additions, deck designs, concrete work, roofing, window siding, and excavating services. Call J&K Contracting today at 740-698-3521 and let's get to work.
Looking for insurance tailored to you and your family? Shauna Stump State Farm in Athens offers auto, home.
Welcome back to the Athens County Game of the Week, presented by Tri-County Career Center.
An uphill battle for Nelsonville-York. This is going to be climbing Mount Everest with no gear.
Yeah.
This is just,
no kidding.
This is starting to become an onslaught as we have some pretty solid movement around the outer perimeter. Ball finds its way into the hands of Rory Tabler. Back into Junie Ballou. Now to Walker, gives it over to Nelson real quickly. Blink and you'll miss it. These passes have been going lightning fast, almost punched out there by Maddie Pidcock. Walker able to get possession of it though, takes it down to the inside to Juniper Ballou. Back out the top, Cottrell from the top of the key, just off the mark, rebounded. Looks like a tie up there between Macelyn Call and Juniper Ballou. The jump arrow goes in favor of Nelsonville-York. A small break. Hopefully they can get something out of nothing here as we have Maddie Pitcock driving up the center stripe. Takes it nice and slow. You mentioned the zone defense earlier, Ethan.
It's that zone defense, and then it's that high pressure, right? It's just like, and you see right there if you're watching on the stream, you see the quick hands from Cottrell and from Walker. And like Pidcock, that's an unbelievable shot, but that's what it takes, right? Those are the efforts that it takes. Good to see the Buckeyes get on the board, though, with a nice shot there. Nice spinning fadeaway from Maddie Pidcock.
It's a one-handed mid-range. Real quickly back the other way. Michaela Nelson pulls up, no good. Rebounded down by Call. Buckeyes looking to get something here. Pressure from Federal Hocking starting to crack a little bit. Quick pull up from Maddie Pitcock off the front of the rim into the hands of Cottrell. Wide open, clear the runway all by herself. In for two. Could not make that look any easier. Brentley Cottrell back in the game. 5th point of the night, 24-4. Just about 6 minutes and 15 seconds left until halftime here. Nelsonville-York trying to get something set up here. Or a swisher. Looks out. Brunley Cottrell looked like
she got stepped on
took
there.
A bit of a tumble there.
She still gets
somehow
the steal.
Got the steal.
Wow.
Didn't even have to move. The ball literally just found its way into her hand. She's going to take a seat on the bench, wincing in pain here. Not a very good look at all. We weren't able to see what happened in.
I think she got stepped on. I think it was just a gaggle of bodies right there in the middle with the zone. I think she just got a foot to the ankle. She walked off on her own power. I think she'll be all right. But a quick duck to the bench never hurt anybody, especially when they're in firm control of the game like this.
Hopefully nothing more than a little tweak indeed. This one stolen from Nelsonville-York. Punched out on the ensuing return. Rory Tabler, I believe, is going to get called for the reach-in foul. It's going to be a throw-in from just before the stripe here. I believe that's the 4th turnover that Federal Hocking has has allowed. They've forced, I'm counting 12. You can correct me if I'm wrong. 12-4 sounds about right. That one, going to add another tally to that, make it 13. The pass from Pitcock inbound for, I believe, Ora Swisher. She was trying to go diagonal into the far wing, tipped off of her fingertips. No good. Federal Hocking here looking to answer back and answer back fast. Michaela Nelson, top of the key, kicks it out to Walker. Now gives it over to Laura Blower. Finds Tabler down on the inside. Nelson back at the corner, all by herself, wide open three, and good. Automatic from anywhere beyond the three-point line.
And I think that the three-point shooting is what can turn this team from a great team to a true title contender, as there's another three that comes in from the Buckeyes that's no good. But if the Lancers can continue to find that three-point shooting, and it's why getting Michaela Nelson back is so big for this team, because if they can get it to go, and if they can be a consistent 35-40% team from beyond the arc, good luck. Good luck, because I'm not sure how you slow this team down over the course of 32 minutes when they're firing from beyond three-point range.
We have yet to see kryptonite here for Federal Hocking. That last possession, quick put up by Stalder, rebounded twice, went out of bounds, another turnover. Federal Hocking's going to get their day once again. Out here on the end, Takira Walker puts one up off the front of the rim, rebounded by a Buckeye. That's Maddie Pitcock once more, driving it up to the stripe, puts up a really, really high arching three, running in for the putback. Cam Jolly from out of nowhere dug her way in and popped up like a groundhog on Groundhog Day, trying to put that one back up.
Puxatawny Phil is a fraud. I've got no issue with saying that live on the air. I have a lot of great people in my life, one of whom is a meteorologist, and I trust her over a feline, respectfully.
Yep, as that three-ball attempt from Takira Walker up and good. 30-6, just under halfway to go here in the second quarter. Ava Nungaster takes it up, heavily pressured by Junie Ballou. Now finds Macelyn Call back behind her. Ball's loose on the ground, pinballed around, turned over, taken away. Here comes Takira Walker with the jump. Easy does it, easy come, easy go. 32-6. Could not have made that look any sweeter. They were just able to stick their hands in there, force the ball out, and then make Nelsonville-York pay for it on the other end. Beautiful stuff. Stuff of beauty here. Vetta Stalder does a little bit of spin moves there, like a DJ turntable. Puts one up off the back of the rim, rebounded by Takira Walker. Just going to pump the brakes, take it a little bit slow up the court here. Monstrous lead for the Lady Lancers thus far. They are in no hurry to try to extend their lead. She finds Michaela Nelson back out in the corner to Tabler. Tabler, other side of the court to Walker. Now finds Lauren Blower in the corner. Up and no good for three. Rebounded, brought down by Nungaster for the Buckeyes. Driving across the center stripe now. Maddie Pitcock puts one up off the fingertips of Macelyn Call, out of bounds. And we're going to get, I believe, mass substitution. Just a whole swarm of bodies swapping between both benches. Couldn't quite catch any of them here. Now, yep. We're going to get a quick timeout here. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We will step aside and take it with them. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Athens County Game of the Week on Pure Rock 105.
Stick and shake, stick and shake, 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 shake.
At Carpet One Floor and More in Athens, we bring your flooring vision to life. From carpet to hardwood to vinyl, our experts are here to help you find the perfect fit. Visit 7 Pomeroy Road or call 740-331-4309 for your free estimate. Carpet One, quality you can stand on.
Whether you're on the go or there's just not enough time in your day, Holzer is making care more convenient for you. Don't feel like leaving the house for healthcare? Don't. Holzer Virtual Care for when and where you need it. Think Holzer first.
Welcome back to the Athens County Game of the Week, presented by Tri-County Career Center.
Lancers, 2:38 left to go in the second quarter. There's just not much else that you can really say about this. Federal Hocking firing on all cylinders. They are barreling down on Nelsonville-York. The smallest mistakes that the Buckeyes have made, they have made them pay tenfold for that. As we're going to get quick ball movement here. Junie Ballou puts one up off to the right side, wide off the mark, rebounded by Pitcock. Driving with ease, with force up, puts up a quick mid-range off the rim, no good, brought down by Tabler. Tabler drives across the center stripe, going to slow it down, finds Walker out in the corner there. Almost turned over and eventually is turned over. Inadvertent pass found its way in the hands of Ora Swisher for the fifth turnover against Federal Hocking tonight. Compare that to, I'm counting 16 now for Nelsonville-York as Pidcock puts up almost a granny shot style layup from the far side. Didn't quite make its mark. Rebounded by Federal Hocking.
Obviously, when you're looking for the Buckeyes, obviously this season hasn't gone the way that you've planned. You have to find a second option for Pidcock next year because you see it on every offensive possession, right? Maddie Pidcock's trying to do all the heavy lifting herself, and while, she can occasionally do that, she's not going to be able to do that on every possession, and not certainly against every team. So they really got to find her some extra scoring options, and whether that's, somebody else stepping up. A couple of these players are really talented, right? We've seen some great moments this season from Veda Stalder, from Cam Jolly, from Mason Call. Some of the other players, even Ora Swisher off the bench has made some good plays for them, but they need to find that second and third fiddles because right now they don't have those options for Pidcock, and it's, like we said in the pregame, she averages just a little over 20 points per game. Nobody else in this team averages more than 6. That's what they need.
And Pidcock puts up another one there. No good. Rebounded by Stella Petroff. Pidcock once again off the back of the rim for a second go. No dice. Rebounded by Federal Hocking. Tabler brings it up the court, finds Taylor Stedden. First time we're catching her in this ballgame. Quick jumper from the baseline. No good. Rebounded by Tabler. And eventually picked away by who else? Maddie Pidcock for Nelsonville-York there. Very quick ball movement. Pidcock giving it out to Josie Palo. Now finds Ora Swisher, puts up a quick one off the back of the rim, and no good. Final 30 seconds of the second quarter here. It'll be Takira Walker jogging it up the court. Nice and easy. Pulls up, uncontested, unproblematic. Wide open, nothing but net. 35-6. And Nelsonville-York's going to have a lot to talk about at halftime.
How about 15 points for Takira Walker? 3 of them from 3. Just a really, really good job from her. And that time, just nobody stayed with her. She was all alone. And, when you've got that much space, you might as well take your 3-point opportunity, which she did. And she's got, again, 15. A stellar effort from her so far.
A travel by Ora Swisher makes another turnover here. Closing seconds ticking down. Takira Walker gives it out, finds Rory Tabler open in the corner for 3. Off the back of the rim, no good. Would have been a exclamation point on what has been a dominant first half here. We're going to go to halftime. We have a lot to unpack and a lot to talk about. Do not go anywhere. Don't turn your radio dials. We'll be back with more on WXTQ Pure Rock 105.5.
Need reliable heating and cooling? Airclass Heating and Cooling has you covered. From furnaces to AC generators to fireplaces and indoor air quality, we keep your home comfortable all year. Call 740-448-7278 or visit us at 24 State Street. Airclass, comfort you can count on. Our Carpet One Floor and More in Athens, we bring your flooring vision to life. From carpet to hardwood to vinyl, our experts are here to help you find the perfect fit. Visit 7 Pomeroy Road or call 740-331-4309 for your free estimate. Carpet One, quality you can stand on.
Whether you're on the go or there's just not enough time in your day, Holzer is making care more convenient for you. Don't feel like leaving the house for healthcare? Don't. Holzer Virtual Care for when and where you need it. Think Holzer first.
Need a contractor you can count on? One call, we do it all. At J&K Contracting in Albany, Ohio, we bring 30 years of experience to every job. Licensed and insured, we handle it all. Complete home builds, room additions, deck designs, concrete work, roofing, window siding, and excavating services. Call J&K Contracting today at 740-698-3521 and let's get to work.
Tri-County Career Center helps students build real skills for real careers. For adults, career development and certification programs can help you reskill, upskill, or start something new fast. High school juniors and seniors can jumpstart their futures with hands-on training in healthcare, construction, media, and more. And of course, there's always fun to be had too. Visit tricounty.cc today.
Got a hankering for some food with authentic flavor? Your destination is Cajun Island at the Bridge in Carbon Hill, the new home of the award-winning blackened chicken with bow tie pasta. From the moment you walk in, you're welcomed by a relaxed, friendly atmosphere and a mouth-watering aroma of dishes made with true Cajun heart. It's perfect for group gatherings, family dinners, or a flavorful takeout night. Don't taste what everyone's talking about. The Cajun Island at the Bridge. Delicious Cajun cuisine, generous portions, and friendly service right here in Southeast Ohio.
At the heart of our community and cheering along with you, Merchants National Bank has been your local bank for over 145 years. Just like your team on the field, we're committed to hard work, teamwork, and supporting our community. Whether you're saving for your future, buying your first home, or growing your business, Merchants National Bank is here to help you reach your goals. Stop by our branch on Stimson Avenue and talk to Beth, Mark, or Greg. Merchants National Bank, a real community bank. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Looking for insurance tailored to you and your family? Shauna Stump State Farm in Athens offers auto, home, life, business, and more, all personalized to your needs. Call 740-593-6882 or visit 328 West Union Street for a free quote. Shauna Stump, protection you can count on.
Welcome back to the Athens County Game of the Week, presented by Tri-County Career Center.
Sponsors, our broadcast will not be possible. We have Stop and Cop. We have Integrative Services, Donato's, Wendy's, Tri-County Career Center, Shauna Stump State Farm, Air Claws Heating and Cooling, Carpet One Floor and More, Steak and Shake, Holzer Health System, and J&K Contracting. And for the Athens County Basketball Game of the Week live stream presented by Tri-County Career Center, our sponsors for that live stream. Without them, our folks at home on YouTube and around the world would not be able to watch some beautiful basketball. We would like to thank Tri-County Career Center, Holzer Health System, Shauna Stump State Farm, Carpet One Floor and More, Merchants National Bank, Air Claws Heating and Cooling, J&K Contracting, and Cajun Island at the Bridge. Ethan, why don't you give me a quick rundown of how that first half went from your perspective?
I mean, domination, really. That's all it was. The Lancers came out firing, right? They opened the game on a 19-2 run. They just didn't let up. There was no let up. And really, I mentioned it in the pregame about the turnovers, right? How about 18 total turnovers from Nelsonville-York in the first half.
Yeah.
That doesn't win you a lot of basketball games. So, and again, a lot of that can't even be attributed to Nelsonville-York mistakes. It's just that's how good Federal Hocking is at forcing those. This is not a new thing. They will get up in your face. They will make your life difficult on the defensive side. And then on the offensive side for the Lancers, they started hitting the threes a bit more in that second quarter. And, you know, as you see here, as we've got on our YouTube streams, our replays rolling here, Takira Walker, stellar in that first half. 15 points for her and a rebound to add as well, as she was just completely dominant, in control. We saw Cottrell check in and out, had an injury, had some foul trouble, so she hasn't been her typical focal self, but they've gotten key contributions from other spots. Laura Blower has a couple of threes. Rory Tabler has a three. They have just, Michaela Nelson, as you just see right there, hit a three. So there's a lot of opportunities, and this team has just continued to find new ways to get the ball. How about that pass, by the way, from Walker right there? That was the no-looker right inside to Rory Tabler as they got it rolling and right in as we continue to get going after this game.
Yes, and something to add here, Brendley Cottrell came out of the locker room with an ice pack taped onto her left foot. She took her shoe off, was walking out with one shoe on, her left foot taped up with an ice pack. Unclear whether or not she'll be good to go for the game. She doesn't have her warm-up shirt on. She's still dressed in her #1 uniform. That'll be something for us to keep an eye on here. Obviously, she got banged up in the pregame show. I didn't quite see if that was contact or non-contact, but she appears to have either re-aggravated or injured something brand new from that end. But yeah, I mean, just absolute domination. For my tally here, as we were talking about, 18 turnovers from Nelsonville-York. Federal Hocking, about a third of that. 6 turnovers forced. A lot of those probably can attribute them to Nelsonville-York trying to step up. But yeah, I mean, like you were saying earlier, Ethan, it's just a one-man band with Maddie Pitcock playing drums, bass, backup singer, backup singer. She's even the tour manager at this point. There's just not a whole lot of support that we've seen here from the Nelsonville-York Lady Buckeyes, and that's kind of what's gotten them into a 29-point hole here early on. Just very, very, very phenomenal matchup. As mentioned, the 15-point performance so far by Takira Walker. I can only assume she's motivated by being recognized for senior night just before pregame. Not the last home game, though. As we mentioned earlier, next week's clash against Waterford will be a huge matchup. Huge matchup. And so we're going to take, a quick look here at the bracketology. As you mentioned, the playoff brackets next week. As it stands right now in Division 5, Nelsonville-York projected to be the 20th seed with a first-round matchup against number 6 North Adams. And for Federal Hocking, as it stands right now, they're currently the number 1 seed in the bracket 1 for Division 6. They are projected to have a bye week. Waterford, as we mentioned earlier, one of the 3 teams tied for first in the TVC Hocking at the 3 seed. As it stands now, I think that matchup next week will determine whether one team receives a bye or one team doesn't. That's going to be huge, absolute monstrous
matchup. The interesting thing about that is that the bracket comes out before that game. So that game actually, unfortunately for both teams, won't have an impact on their seeding. Now, that could positively affect them. It could negatively affect them. We'll have to kind of wait and see how it shakes out. And these committees are already obviously doing a lot of homework to try and get ready for the season, but and get that bracket ready. But again, the road to Dayton, the road to all these, neutral site games is a long one. And obviously these teams have a lot of games to play over the course of this week, of course. And then we'll see the bracket come out, and then they've got a, potential conference title win. By the way, Waterford has dominated the TVC Hocking traditionally. There's a chance that for the first time in almost 6 years we have a new conference champ. So Federal Hocking would love nothing more than to do that.
Destiny is in their hands. Destiny is on the court. We will step aside for a quick break. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Pure Rock 105.5 for the Athens County Game of the Week.
Need reliable heating and cooling? Airclass Heating and Cooling has you covered. From furnaces to AC generators to fireplaces and indoor air quality, we keep your home comfortable all year. Call 740-448-7278 or visit us at 24 State Street. Airclass, comfort you can count on. Our Carpet One Floor and More in Athens, we bring your flooring vision to life. From carpet to hardwood to vinyl, our experts are here to help you find the perfect fit. Visit 7 Pomeroy Road or call 740-331-4309 for your free estimate. Carpet One, quality you can stand on.
Whether you're on the go or there's just not enough time in your day, Holzer is making care more convenient for you. Don't feel like leaving the house for healthcare? Don't. Holzer Virtual Care for when and where you need it. Think Holzer first.
Looking for insurance tailored to you and your family? Shauna Stump State Farm in Athens offers auto, home, life, business, and more, all personalized to your needs. Call 740-593-6882 or visit 328 West Union Street for a free quote. Shauna Stump, protection you can count on.
Welcome back to the Athens County Game of the Week, presented by Tri-County Career Center.
Tries to dish it back out to Nelson, is able to get it through an open window. Nelsonville-York putting a little bit heavier pressure on, dishes it out to Rory Tabler underneath, wide open by herself, puts it up and in for 2. And as we were mentioning earlier, Ethan, we're getting pretty close to running clock territory, so Nelsonville-York is in trouble.
It's 35 points. After in the second half, actually the same as football. So we'll see if they get there. But obviously, for both of these teams, it's just going to be about continuing to improve. I honestly, as we get a run-out opportunity here for the Lancers, I wouldn't be surprised if we've seen the last of Brindley Cottrell in this game. Just you don't want to risk anything at this point in the season.
Yeah, and I think you are right, as I believe Michaela Nelson puts one up and in for 3, 40-6. Before you know it, just about 1 point away from that running clock, as you were just talking about.
And Nelson with 9 points, all of them from beyond the arc, 3 3-pointers. 2 3-pointers, and she had that and 1 in the first half.
That's right. She's just doesn't matter. She's electric from anywhere.
She is very, very good. And she's, I think, a big reason why the Fed Hawk lost a lot of those games early in the season was because they didn't have her. By the way, Federal Hocking's won 7 of their last 8, or 6 of their last 8, I should say. Including Obviously, they had a loss in their last game in non-conference. That was to Warrensville Heights, to a smaller school from the north of here. So it'll be obviously, we talked about it throughout this with the Federal Hocking schedule about how they've played some really tough. Their next game's against Wheelersburg, who are a phenomenal women's basketball program. So again, they're playing the best of the best. And Coach Cottrell said it's about we want to be ready to go as far as we possibly can in the postseason, and they're going to be prepared for that.
Iron is sharpening iron indeed. Michaela Nelson puts one up for three. Automatic once again, 43-6. Nelsonville-York looking for something to scrap up dignity here as Maddie Pitcock's going to take it up to the stripe. Gives it off to Ava Nungaster. Nungaster looking to pull up for three. Did a little shimmy pump fake there. Back out to Maddie Pitcock. Gives it out on the wing. Going to have, looks like an off-ball foul called against Laura Blower. It's going to be an inbound for Nelsonville-York. We're going to get an onslaught here of substitutions. Ora Swisher, Paige Hartman, and Josie Paulo on 4. Macelyn Call, Velda Statter, and Ava Nungaster. I didn't quite see the one for
it was Hannah Lucas came into the game for Federal Hocking, replacing Laura Blower. So, again, most of these teams, obviously now that we are officially in Roman Claw territory, a lot of these benches will empty here, you imagine, for the fourth quarter. And Takira Walker might just keep firing away with the way that she's been putting the basketball up and in today. Her and Nelson both combining for 27. Nelson's got 12, Walker's got 15.
It's a two-horse race for the Tri-County Career Center Player of the Game to be announced later on. Shimmy, Euro step from Takira Walker, no good. Got her own board. Was going to fall out of bounds. Smart IQ move there. Oldest trick in the book. Threw it off the shin of Josie Paulo. This is going to stay with Federal Hocking. And if you count that as a turnover, technically, that is their 20th turnover of the evening for Nelsonville-York.
Nice step through. Didn't have the finish, though, but it was a great step through there for Baloo.
This one's going to stay with Federal Hocking. I believe that one went out on Paige Hartman. Most of the lineup on the court for Nelsonville-York are freshmen. As we mentioned, a lot of inexperience here, but as you mentioned earlier, iron does sharpen iron.
That's the thing about this Buckeye squad is they're still very young. They're the only senior they're going to graduate is Michaela Summers, who doesn't play a ton of minutes for them. That's a tough finish over the back there. Nice finish from Baloo. But I think that this team is going to get better in the offseason. Pitcock will be back. She's going to be on the warpath for her senior year upcoming in 2026-27. Is that three again? She'll pull from the parking lot. She's got the ability to do that. So I expect this team to improve, and they've still got room to improve, I think, in 2026. As there you see a shot from another young lady who I think is going to improve over the course of the season. That's Josie Paulo, who's been playing a lot more minutes over the back half of this season.
Didn't get it once, didn't get it twice for Pitcock, but Paulo was able to come in and pick up the pieces. Federal Hocking looking out here, finds a wide open Rory Tabler, gets fouled and one. Another opportunity to go to the line, and this is where that running clock is devastating. Play stops, but the clock still winds down. About 3 minutes left here in the third period. 47-8 runaway from Federal Hocking, as we're going to get a chance to maybe make it a 40-point game. And I believe you are right. We have seen, I believe, the last of Brunley Cottrell. She's been sitting over there. That one no good. Brought down by Paige Hartman. Tosses it over to Maddie Pitcock by herself. Takes some time, tries to find a wide open lady. Gives it out top the key. Ora Swisher off the back of the rim. Almost had it in. Rebounded by Ellie Needs. Brought across the center stripe. Junie Ballou all by herself. Pinballed around the center stripe there. Too easy. 49-8. Nelsonville-York trying to just keep themselves alive. A quick three from the wing there. Good by Stella Petrov. That's sure to be a little confidence booster for Mark Truax and his squad, as Takira Walker tried to go up and lay it up. Didn't quite get it. The rebound fought between Hartman and Junie Ballou. No good. I believe there was a foul, looks like?
They called a
possession arrow.
I think it's jump ball.
Gotcha.
I believe this will be a Buckeye basketball. Yes, it will.
Gotcha. Yeah, it looked to me from here like they were lining up to shoot for a potential free throw. Haven't seen that many fouls here early on, as Takira Walker is going to check out of the game for what we can presume is probably the last time tonight, 49-11.
What a great performance from her, 15 points. As, again, she did a great job. All of her points came in the first half. So
yes.
A really, really good performance from her. And you talk about confidence building for this team who's still got so much in front of them, right? They could very well still win the TVC Hocking. They could still very well make some damage, make some noise in the Division 7 postseason. Obviously looking to defend their district crown. They're going to have to, face some very tough opponents down the stretch to try and defend that and try and go farther, because I know that is their goal this year. I talked to Coach Cottrell about it as Rory Tabler checks out to a nice round of applause. They want to be better than they were last year. They feel like they can go farther this year than they did last year, and I'm right with them. I think that they have the ability to make a big time run in this postseason. And last year they came up short in the regional semis. I think they could well be a threat for Region 27.
Very, very much so. Stalder fouled by Junie Ballou on that last one. Got one up, got the other one no good. Fought around, rebounded by Federal Hocking. 20 seconds left. This one's going to be brought to the perimeter. We got Ellie Needs. Here we're going to get, I think, an off-ball foul, it looks like. Yes, a push foul on Stella Petrov.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if they'll get this inbound off.
Probably not. They're just going to let this one run down. We're going to go to the fourth quarter, 49-12 ball game. We're going to step aside for a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We're going to have the final 8 minutes of action from Mac and Turf Gymnasium on Pure Rock 105.5.
Be reliable heating and cooling. Air Claws Heating and Cooling has you covered. From furnaces to AC generators to fireplaces and indoor air quality, we keep your home comfortable all year. Call 740-448-7278 or visit us at 24 State Street. Air Claws, comfort you can count on. At Carpet One Floor and More in Athens, we bring your flooring vision to life. From carpet to hardwood to vinyl, our experts are here to help you find the perfect fit. Visit 7 Pomeroy Road or call 740-331-4309 for your free estimate. Carpet One, quality you can stand on.
Whether you're on the go or there's just not enough time in your day, Holzer is making care more convenient for you. Don't feel like leaving the house for healthcare? Don't. Holzer Virtual Care for when and where you need it. Think Holzer first.
Welcome back to the Athens County Game of the Week, presented by Tri-County Career Center.
I'm State Farm, Air Claws Heating and Cooling, Carpet One Floor and More, Steak and Shake, Holzer Health System, and J&K Contracting. And for the Athens County Basketball Game of the Week live stream presented by Tri-County Career Center, we'd like to thank Tri-County Career Center, Holzer Health System, Shauna Stump State Farm, Carpet One Floor and More, Merchants National Bank, Air Claws Heating and Cooling, J&K Contracting, and Cajun Island at the Bridge. Start of the fourth quarter here. And too quick for me to call, looked like.
That was an offensive foul, moving screen there on the backside.
Looked like it. I think that was going to be called on Hannah Lucas, I believe, was the signal. Maddie Pitcock still in the ball game for Nelsonville-York. Takes this inbound, jogs across the center stripe. Finds Ora Swisher out in the corner, lost control of it, got possession of it, tried to fight for it back. It's going to be a tie-up. Bodies hit the floor. Going to have a jump ball. Possession arrow will stay with Nelsonville-York. Keeping track of the turnovers of tonight's contest, 22 for Nelsonville-York and only 7 for Federal Hocking. Those are numbers that you just can't win with, to tell you the truth. Maddie Pitcock with her back to the screen, puts one up and good. Gets the foul to go. Going to be a chance to build a little bit of confidence and hopefully get out of here with a little bit of dignity for Nelsonville-York. 49-14, about 6 minutes and 45 seconds left. First one off the back of the rim, no good. Brought down by Junie Ballou. He's going to take it across. Moderate pressure from Nelsonville-York finds Brindley Harkness. Just going to drive around into the hands of Ellie Needs. Ellie Needs lost control of that, tried to drive the baseline, couldn't quite get a grip on that, and this is going to go right back the other way in favor of Nelsonville-York. The inbound jogging up, just about 6 minutes left to go here. Maddie Pitcock once again, we've called her name by every other word for Nelsonville-York. Quick three-ball attempt from way outside, almost from the first row of the stands there. Vetta Stalder hits the three, cuts the lead down a little bit more, 49-17. At the 6 minute mark now, Junie Ballou puts a three up for herself, just off to the outside, rebounded by Veda Stalder. She's going to take it up by herself, looking to go solo. Dishes it out to Paige Hartman, blocked and rebounded, brought down by Brindley Harkness. Takes it over to Junie Ballou, goes by herself, quick Euro, in and good, beautiful finish. How about that Euro step? How about that Euro step? Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Even even with as high of a margin, they're not letting them down. Maddie Pitcock puts one up. The rebound attempt running out of bounds. Hartman tried to throw it off the shoe of a Lancer. Didn't quite go. This one, the response put up, no good. Rebounded by Maddie Pitcock. The game clock is running and the pace is not letting up either. The quick put up from, I believe that is Ava Nungaster. Came down a little bit hard. She's wincing. Might have rolled an ankle there, it looks like, as we're going to have almost an easy three for Junie Ballou here. Out of bounds, bounced off of a couple of players' feet. So we're going to get a massive substitution here. We have Michaela Higgins, Michaela Call, and Michaela Summers, I believe, coming on for Nungaster, Stalder, I think, no, sorry, Pitcock, and Stella Petrov. Finally got that. Finally got that one down.
Excuse me, it's Higgins. That was on me because I told you the wrong name. It's Michaela Higgins, not Michaela Summers. Summers,
gotcha.
Still on the bench, but I do see her getting warmed up. We'll probably see her at some point here over these last couple minutes.
51-19 here. Junie Ballou driving in, almost got it ripped away. Looks like we're going to have a foul here on Maddie Pitcock. Defensive foul going to be inbounded from the baseline by Brindley Harkness. Clock still winding down here, about 4 minutes and 15 seconds left. Junie Ballou puts up the deep two off the back, rebounded by Brindley Harkness, bounced off the head of Hannah Lucas, still able to get that second shot up once again. Fouled on the way up by Josie Paulo. Or no, sorry, I don't believe that was a shooting foul. We're going to get another inbound here from Brindley Harkness for Federal Hocking. Looking to find an open screen, finds Ballou in the post, traveled. I thought that was going to be a...
Nah, she just picked up the back foot there on the dribble. Very slight. But.
Sneaky mistake there. That's their 8th turnover of the evening as Junie Ballou is going to come to the bench to applause from this crowd. The third and final senior has bowed out for the night. 3.5 left to go in the game. 51-49 Federal Hocking. Nelsonville-York looking to come up with something to take away from here with as the no-look pass from Maddie Pitcock to the wide corner. Intended for Veda Stalder. I think she was fouled on the way up, it looked like. So she's going to go to the line to shoot for 2. That foul going to be called on Malia Arnold, the sophomore. First time we're calling her name out tonight. 3 minutes left to go here. Running clock still. First shot up and good. No trouble. No trouble at all. Looking ahead here to the upcoming week, Ethan, what are some other games apart from Federal Hocking and Waterford? Tell me, what are some of the other games before the playoff bracket comes up that you were looking for?
We got some big ones coming up right here on Pure Rock 105 over these next couple weeks. Obviously, a week from tonight. We talked about that a little bit. This game that'll be right here between Waterford and Federal Hocking. Monster game. Could well determine where the conference crown goes. Obviously, still a little dependent on Eastern. The Eagles have the double head-to-head advantage over Federal Hocking, so there wouldn't be a split if those are the two teams that are tied. Because Eastern would have the head-to-head, they would be outright champions. However, if there is some other ties, or there could be some wacky three-way splits, there's another 3 drilled by the Lancers. But looking ahead, right to tomorrow, we've got an interesting game for a team we really haven't seen yet this year, and it's the Megs Marauders. Obviously, Alexander's traveling out there tomorrow. Good game. Megs are maybe not quite as refined good last year. Last year we saw what they were able to do with Reed Brininger, who's now at Southern, and Carson Davis. There's another Davis brother there at Megs, Johnny Davis, who has been phenomenal for them this year. He scored 32 3 points in their last game. They'll take on an Alexander squad that's still very young and getting a lot of good momentum here towards the end of the season. Then on Thursday, we've got another nice matchup between Belpre and Trimble. That should be a good one. And then we'll see this Nelsonville-York team again later this week when they take on the Alexander girls. And then on Saturday, I believe we've got another matchup as well. That'll be the Buckeyes out at Vinton County. A big game there on the boys' side between two teams that are in the middle of the conference pack in the TVC Ohio, but both, especially Vinton County, could well go on a run late in the season.
Quick put in from Ellie Needs, found a wide open seam on the quick bound here. Final 6 seconds left to play. 56-22 here in the ball game. Paige Hartman got the ball knocked out by, I want to say Hannah Lucas was down there. Yes, Miss Lucas knocked that one out. Going to stay with Nelsonville-York. Final seconds are going to tick down here. The crowd knows it. They've known it probably since before halftime. The long free ball from Josie Paulo, off balance, drills it. Somehow found its way into the net there. Incredible, incredible shot. Got to make her feel good, at least something positive to take away from this absolute disastrous performance. 20 seconds left on the clock here. Federal Hocking, I believe they're just going to play keep away. No need to put up another shot. Guards have been let down. The final seconds are going to tick away. And that will put a bow on this one. A 56-25 shellacking at the hands of Federal Hocking. A dominant win on senior night for Junie Ballou, Takira Walker, and Rory Tabler and the rest of the squad. Your final score, 56-25. Don't go anywhere. We're going to have post-game analysis. We're going to break it down. We're going to spin it around. We're going to do all sorts of funky stuff here, and we're going to give out the Tri-County Career Center Player of the Game. Don't go anywhere. This is Pure Rock 105.5.
Roving reporter here. Excuse me, ma'am. I'll give you $14,934,386.83 if you can tell me the best place in town.
Be reliable heating and cooling. Air Class Heating and Cooling has you covered. From furnaces to AC generators to fireplaces and indoor air quality, we keep your home comfortable all year. Call 740-448-7278 or visit us at 24 State Street. Air Class, comfort you can count on. At Carpet One Floor and More in Athens, we bring your flooring vision to life. From carpet to hardwood to vinyl, our experts are here to help you find the perfect fit. Visit 7 Pomeroy Road or call 740-331-4309 for your free estimate. Carpet One, quality you can stand on.
Whether you're on the go or there's just not enough time in your day, Holzer is making care more convenient for you. Don't feel like leaving the house for healthcare? Don't. Holzer Virtual Care for when and where you need it. Think Holzer first.
Need a contractor you can count on? One call, we do it all. At J&K Contracting in Albany, Ohio, we bring 30 years of experience to every job. Licensed and insured, we handle it all. Complete home builds, room additions, deck designs, concrete work, roofing, window siding, and excavating services. Call J&K Contracting today at 740-698-3521 and let's get to work.
Tri-County Career Center helps students build real skills for real careers. For adults, career development and certification programs can help you reskill, upskill, or start something new fast. High school juniors and seniors can jumpstart their futures with hands-on training in healthcare, construction, media, and more. And of course, there's always fun to be had too. Visit tricounty.cc today.
Got a hankering for some food with authentic flavor? Your destination is Cajun Island at the Bridge in Carbon Hill, the new home of the award-winning blackened chicken with bow tie pasta. From the moment you walk in, you're welcomed by a relaxed, friendly atmosphere and a mouth-watering aroma of dishes made with true Cajun heart. It's perfect for group gatherings, family dinners, or a flavorful takeout night. Don't taste what everyone's talking about. The Cajun Island at the Bridge. Delicious Cajun cuisine, generous portions, and friendly service right here in Southeast Ohio.
At the heart of our community and cheering along with you, Merchants National Bank has been your local bank for over 145 years. Just like your team on the field, We're committed to hard work, teamwork, and supporting our community. Whether you're saving for your future, buying your first home, or growing your business, Merchants National Bank is here to help you reach your goals. Stop by our branch on Stimson Avenue and talk to Beth, Mark, or Greg. Merchants National Bank, a real community bank. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Welcome back to the Athens County Game of the Week, presented by Tri-County Career Center.
Welcome back here to the post-game show. Final score for tonight, Nelsonville-York 25, Federal Hocking 56. Lots to go over here. Before we do, we'd like to thank our sponsors one final time. Without their contribution and support, none of this would be possible. Stop and Cop, Integrated Services, Donato's, Wendy's, Tri-County Career Center, Shauna Stump State Farm, Air Claws Heating and Cooling, Carpet One Floor and More, Steak and Shake, Hoser Health System, and J&K Contracting. And for the Athens County Basketball Game of the Week live stream presented by Tri-County Career Center, we'd like to thank Tri-County Career Center, Hoser Health System, Shauna Stump State Farm, Carpet One Floor and More, Merchants National Bank, Air Claws Heating and Cooling, J&K Contracting, and Cajun Island at the Bridge. And speaking of sponsors, Ethan, I'll let you take it away. Our Tri-County Career Center player of the game, who you got?
I got Takira Walker tonight on senior night. She didn't score a point in the second half, but I think she did more than enough in the first half to earn this award. She was phenomenal. 15 points, got her down for 2 rebounds, 3 assists, including one of which was a no-look pass. Beautiful assist to Rory Tabler as the Buckeyes just could not slow her down. It was domination from the jump for the home team here of the Lancers, and they obviously more than took care of business tonight. And they continue to get their momentum going as they've got a big couple of games coming up. They get a little bit of a break here. They're back in action on Thursday night. They'll be at Wheelersburg, and then they're at Trimble on Friday night. And then, obviously, after that, the big-time matchup with the Waterford Wildcats. They got to take care of business against Trimble. That's a conference game. They cannot overlook a young Trimble team that's got some solid pieces. But if they win that game, they set up a huge one with Waterford on next Monday. Then, for Nelsonville-York, they actually only have 2 games left on the schedule. They've got Wellston. That is coming up tomorrow. Again, a Wellston team that's really struggled this season. Just 1 win in 15 for them, and they also have not won a game in conference. So it could be an opportunity for the Buckeyes to get right a little bit after what happened tonight, and then a good matchup to close out the season as well. They'll be at Alexander. That matchup will be on Friday night. We talked about that. We'll be there for that one.
Absolutely. Going to be a huge final few days here. Federal Hocking obviously in a 3-way tie for first atop the TVC Hocking, while Waterford is going to be in their sights next Monday on February 9th. As you mentioned, they cannot overlook Trimble. That is going to be an equally important game if they can take advantage of that and hopefully have losses from both Waterford and Eastern. That one should be a very interesting thing. And as you mentioned earlier, Ethan, Waterford being the traditionally dominant team in the TVC Hocking, Federal Hocking, I think, me personally, after all I've seen this year, the few games I've seen them here at home and on the road, Federal Hocking, to me, appears to be the favorite to win. I'm not going to place any bets. I'm not a betting man myself, but if I had to...
I mean, right now, the biggest thing that kind of debilitates them from that is the fact that Eastern's got the 2 victories over them, right? Is that Eastern's got the 2 wins, right? They beat them here, which was in what was a phenomenal game. So right now, I think the Eagles have the slight edge, but do not count out Federal Hocking. They are absolutely in... they're not quite in full control of their own destiny with like what I mentioned with the Eagles holding that double head-to-head record over them. But again, it is all to play for here in the back half of the season. And we have some huge games coming up. That one against Waterford. Eastern still has to play at Trimble. Trimble's a very good young team. Kind of fell off a little bit towards the back half of the season, but we'll have to wait and see because, again, everything's still to play for in the TVC Hocking. It's been phenomenal to see this season.
Absolutely, and the final tally on turnovers tonight, 23 for Nelsonville-York, and I'm counting only 8 for Federal Hocking. Just absolute domination on the offensive and defensive front. Just can't, honestly, if I were Coach Cottrell, I have no notes. I have 0 notes. There's very little things that they did wrong. If you want to nitpick at it, it would be just an absolute perfect perfect performance here tonight.
Yeah, not much you can really critique about a game like that. They were dominant from start to finish, and a very, very good building block as they continue to try again. A great test for them on Thursday against a very, very good Wheelersburg squad, but plenty to look ahead to as they roll through the rest of this season. Some big games coming up for the Lancers as well, but that's win number 11 for them. And again, they're going to be right in the mix of things in the playoff hunt, and then of course in the conference race as well, Dylan.
Absolutely. One final time here tonight. Nelsonville-York 25, Federal Hocking 56. This has been the Athens County Game of the Week. For Ethan Sargent, I'm Dylan Bly, signing off saying good night and happy February.
Thank you so much for watching the Athens County Game of the Week. Tune in next time where we'll see you on the court.